Hey guys, are you a mechanical engineer? Or project manager just like me? And what if I told you that there's perfect side hustle where you can flex your creativity and your project management skills, all without quitting your full-time job? And here's the best part. For someone like you, with all your engineering experience, it's going to feel like second nature. In this video, I'll show you how I turned my engineering skills into profitable video production gig. Take me for example. I jumped on my very first call with a client from the US, and just like that, we agreed to work together. And why video production for engineers? Well, sometimes side hustle chooses you. What the hell is going on here? Oh, that's a good idea, let's do it. If we haven't met yet, I am Mirek, born just before fall of the communism in the Czech Republic. I studied mechanical engineering and now I lead a design team for a well-known garden equipment company. But like many of you, I've been exploring side hustles, ways to leverage skills beyond my 9 to 5. My latest venture, a video production agency. The goal? Helping entrepreneurs like you get noticed through creative content and self-promotion. I've taken everything I've learned in the corporate world, precision, project management, and problem solving, and applied it to visual storytelling. The result? I landed my first client on my very first call. Okay, James, really looking forward to cooperate with you. See you next week. I know what you're thinking. How do you even start? Where do you begin? What do you need to set up? And how do you get clients? Let me show you my blueprint for building a video production company from the ground up, engineered specifically for those of us with a technical background. So let's turn those CAD skills into camera skills. But why did I, a mechanical engineer, choose video production as my side hustle? Well, it actually makes a lot of sense when you think about it. Video production uses technical skills, requires creativity, and you get to create something tangible, almost physical, just like designing a product. It felt oddly familiar to what I already knew as an engineer. Think about it: project management, attention to detail, problem solving, these are all skills we use daily as engineers. In video production, I use these same skills to plan shoots, fine-tune edits, and troubleshoot technical issues. My CAD experience even helps me visualize and storyboard scenes. But here's the thing, the side hustle you choose should be something you enjoy. It doesn't need to be directly tied to your career. In fact, I never imagined video production would turn into a business for me. I just like making videos, that's it. It was fun. And eventually, that passion turned into something bigger. For me, it clicked when I realized, wait, can I actually get paid to do this? And that's when everything changed. Suddenly my technical background wasn't just a bonus. It became my unique selling point in creative field. So, as an engineer at a German company, I went full engineer mode and seriously over-prepared. I didn't want to dive straight into running a video production agency. I thought, let's test the waters first and get a feel for business and content creation. That's when I decided to start a side hustle, 3D printed jewelry. You heard that right. I launched the brand and tried everything, creating ads, making videos, building a website, the whole shebang. It was definitely a wild and valuable experience. And if you're curious to see how it went, there's a link in the description to a video where I documented the whole thing. But here's the deal. I can now safely say I probably should have jumped straight into video production. It would have saved me a lot of precious time. My first paying client in the video space ended up earning me more in 1 month than the jewelry business made in an entire year. That said, if you're a true engineer who needs to create something physical, starting your own product-based business might still be for you. It's just a lot more work and way more expensive, in my opinion. But anyway, back to the video agency. Let me walk you through how I finally took the plunge and set up my video production business. Before I even reach out to a single client, the first thing I did was set up a website. And honestly, I think this step is crucial. I see it all the time, even here on my YouTube channel. People emailing me, offering editing services from a Gmail or Hotmail addresses, with no website link in sight. Let's be real, I don't take those seriously and I usually just delete the email. So I built my own site, www.dynamicpeople.eu. I choose the name Dynamic People because it captures the energy and movement in video production. I didn't overcomplicate the site. I grabbed a free template that fit the vibe, spent a weekend making it personal, and paid for the domain and a professional email, info@dynamicpeople.eu. That's it. 1 weekend, $30, and boom. I had a professional, trustworthy website. Seriously, it's not rocket science. If you are an engineer like me, this is something you can knock out with one hand tied behind your back. Before I started pitching clients, I wanted to have something to show, so I spent some time building up my portfolio. But how do you do that when you're just starting out? Well, let me share a few tricks I used. I started experimenting with shooting and editing my first sequences. Just using my iPhone, editing everything in CapCut, and let me tell you, I was hooked. I remember the days when I edit footage from my GoPro 3 Plus and getting a 10-minute vacation video done would take me nearly a week. But now, with all the AI tools integrated directly into editing apps, it's like playing in an entire new league. By the way, if you want to check out my very first commercial spots and see how I shot them, there's a video link down below. It was a wild ride. Around this time, I was also making and editing videos here on my YouTube channel, which has been a huge learning experience. Everything from brainstorming content ideas, writing scripts, handling video editing, color grading, and even creating thumbnails. It all helped sharpen my skills. And listen, even though my channel is still tiny, just 150 subscribers, I started getting messages from people all over the world. One of them was this awesome guy from Nepal, Pravesh. Coincidentally, he's into video production too. Long story short, we hit it off and now we're partners. I'm in charge of growing the business, landing clients and handling all the communication, while Pravesh, who's way better at video editing, handles that side of things. This partnership allowed us to combine our strengths and offer a more comprehensive service. He even let me use his portfolio, which I added to my website. That really helped me attract more clients. But here's the kicker. Instead of just making random videos to fill up my portfolio, I decided to start offering my services with a twist. I'd make the first video for free. I'd reach out to local businesses or interesting individuals, pitching them on a free promotional video. Why? It gave me the chance to connect with my first clients, the ones who probably wouldn't have reached out without seeing a portfolio. I got to practice real sales calls, and even when we didn't end up working together, I walked away with some solid content for my portfolio. So far, I've reached out to about 50 clients directly and 2,000 more indirectly through larger groups. I've already closed a deal with one client, locking in a 3-month contract, and I'm in talks with 3 others. One of them looks super promising. Could be a long-term partnership. But here's the real question. Where are all these clients? Where do you even find them? And how do you approach them? I'm not claiming to be the world's greatest salesperson, but I'll show you what I've been doing so far and what's been working for me. Before I even started firing off emails or sliding into DMs, I built myself a little tracking tool. Okay, it's just an Excel sheet, but it's packed with stats. I track everything: how many clients I've contacted, where I found them, what industry they are in, and so on. You might be wondering, why bother? Simple. As an engineer, I think of it like a development log or a product report. I want to keep track of what I am doing, how am I doing it, and whether it's working. Let's say I reach out to 100 clients in a day. 10 on Facebook, 10 on Twitter, 10 on YouTube, and so on. Maybe 5 get back to me, and most of them come from Facebook. How would I know which platform is actually working without tracking this? What if only one platform in my niche is delivering results? Why waste time searching for clients on Twitter if I have never closed a single deal there? That's the whole point. My tracking tool is super simple. It logs the day I contacted clients, the platform I used, how many I reached out to, how many responded, if we agreed on pricing, and whether they paid. Right now, I'm still in the early stages, doing all the outreach manually. But down the road, I definitely plan to automate this. These days, you can pay a freelancer a few bucks and they'll send you a list of 1,000 potential clients, complete with emails, phone numbers, addresses, the works. I'm definitely going to give that a shot, but for now, I want to get my hands dirty and figure things out on my own. And where I am finding these clients? Well, pretty much every social platform out there. Facebook, there are hundreds, if not thousands of groups packed with entrepreneurs, and many of them don't even know they need video content. So, every now and then, I drop a post like this. Hey everyone, looking to boost your online presence? I'm offering custom video content to help showcase your products or services. DM me if you're interested in standing out from the crowd. It's all about showing them how video can elevate their brand and engage their audience. Same thing on LinkedIn and X, formerly Twitter. I also put content out on Instagram and TikTok, but I gotta be real, those haven't really taken off for me just yet. That's why we track everything, right? We can see what's working and double down on those efforts. I've also been trying out email outreach. I usually pick out a few potential clients, check out their websites and see if they're active on YouTube or Instagram. If they've got color content on social media, I'll be honest, I don't bother. But if I can't find them at all on social, I give it a shot and reach out. My emails are usually pretty straightforward. Hey client, I noticed your business could benefit from some engaging video content. I love to chat about how we could boost your online presence. Got 15 minutes this week? And since I want to do more than just edit videos, I want to actually create them. I've started reaching out to local clients here in the Czech Republic. I'm talking small businesses, startups, even local artists who could use a promotional video. And guess what? People are interested. But let's be real, I'm still in the very early stages. I'm curious to see how it all plays out, how many clients I land, what my outreach success rate will be, and most importantly, how much money I'll make. I'm feeling pretty optimistic. And here's why. First, I really enjoyed this. I love not only creating, editing, and coming up with video ideas, but I also love the entire process of building something that's mine. I enjoy chatting with people from across the world, and it feels amazing when I can actually help them. Second, I've got a great job with a solid, stable income, so there's no huge pressure for this to work out. My livelihood doesn't depend on it, you know. That means there's a lot less stress, and I can reinvest everything I earn back into the business, buying better gear, so I can create even better content. And third, I've promised myself not to push too hard. Sure, I'd love to have amazing clients right now, people who appreciate my work and pay well, but I'm not setting crazy deadlines like I need to make 10K in the next 3 months. I want to build this side hustle slowly, and I don't care if it takes 3 months or 3 years. That's why I think, in the long run, there's no way this won't work out. And that's it. It's really that simple. My plan, just keep repeating those steps over and over, while fine-tuning and improving until I've got amazing clients, partners, and a rock-solid team. Remember, the key takeaways are: first, start with a professional online presence. Second, build your portfolio, even if it means doing some free work at first. Third, track your outreach efforts meticulously. 4, explore multiple platforms to find clients. And 5, stay patient and enjoy the process. Next time I'll dive deeper into my processes, showing you exactly how I shot and created different videos. We'll even do a live client interview, and of course, it will all be with an engineering mindset. So you know what to do, right? hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video but maybe don't see yourself diving into video production just yet, check out this video over here. It might spark a different but equally awesome idea for you. See you in the next one.